Hello, my name is Aaron and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about the Deciem Black Friday sale for all of November 2019. If you have seen their Instagram or Facebook posts, you would have seen that there is 23% off the whole range from Deciem. That includes The Ordinary, Hylamide, the chemistry brand, and Niod. This video is to recommend products that I think are really good, that I think you should try out. Some of the products I have tried personally, others I haven't. I only have one face, there's only so many products I can try at one time. So I'll also be including products that have really good reviews on, that are quite good sellers, and products you might not have heard of or might not have known about. I just want to put a disclaimer that I do work for Deciem. I'm one of their ambassadors in the stores and at their counters. But I just want to say that this video is not sponsored in any way. This video is honestly just to recommend products that might appeal to you. So please don't at me. I'm honestly just trying to do this just to recommend products to people, because a lot of people come to me when I'm working and they don't really know what the range or the brand or the company is about, and I feel like making this video will be very beneficial for a lot of people, at least give you an idea of what is available. I do think a lot of the products are really good, especially for the price you're paying for and the technology in each product. So please don't at me and say that I'm pushing the products because I work for the company. I'm not. I spend hours a day with these products. I speak to a lot of customers. I read a lot of reviews because I do think it's very beneficial for me to know about the positives and negatives of all the products in our range, and to also get a lot of feedback for the products themselves. But you know, feel free to comment and at me on my Instagram and Twitter and stuff if you have questions about these products. I'll do my best to answer them, but I am not making this video as a representative from Deciem. I'm just making this video as a skincare enthusiast. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to start with the Niod range, just because I don't think a lot of people know about it. So I'll go from Niod to Hylamide to the chemistry brand and then to The Ordinary. I'll leave The Ordinary last because it is the most popular range in Deciem. The Niod range is Deciem's most advanced and most sophisticated range of skincare. It uses the latest technology and research. So the first product I'll be talking about is the Copper Amino Isolate Serum. If you have watched Harper's Bazaar, you would know that Deborah Messing and Demi Moore both use this product. Personally, I find this product fantastic. I've used the 1% and the 5% as well. Definitely something to look into. It is very good for stimulating collagen production, elastin production. It also makes your skin healthier overall. It's good for inflammation. Then there is also the multi-molecular hyaluronic complex. This is essentially the hyaluronic acid serum from Niod. I would say this one is very different to the hyaluronic acid serums from The Ordinary and Hylamide in the way that this has 1% pure hyaluronic acid. There's 15 different types of hyaluronic acid compounds in here. There is also a peptide delivery system to help get the hyaluronic acid compounds deeper into the skin. You might be thinking, a hyaluronic acid serum for this price, why would you pay anything that drastic for? I would say in terms of ingredients, this is one of the better ones. It has a fantastic texture, it's very smooth, very lightweight, absorbs so quickly, and it layers well with other products. Typically, pure hyaluronic acid products cost around like several $100s. Very popular one is the Dr. Barbara Sturm hyaluronic acid serum, and that is, I think, anywhere from like $300 to $400. And this one is a lot more affordable. Something that I've been personally loving, because my skin is very sensitive and very reactive to very certain products, would be the Modulating Glucosides. It is an emulsion that is really good for calming down sensitivity, irritation, redness, stinging, and itchy skin. If you followed me on Instagram, you would have noticed that I did the 1 sample a day challenge in September. After using 1 sample per day for like the last 2 weeks in September, my skin reacted horribly to one of the cleansers I was testing out, and I got a rash. Everything that I applied onto my skin was stinging and irritating and burning. The only thing I could apply onto it without it stinging was the Modulating Glucosides. It does contain squalane and oatmeal in here, which is really good for soothing and hydrating the skin. One of the products that I haven't personally used, but I've heard very good reviews about, is the Flavonoid Mud. It is a 3-phase decongesting mud that is really good for removing congestion in the skin without stripping or drying out your skin. It does it in a way where it keeps your skin barrier intact. It's something to check out if you have congested skin. So after the Flavonoid Mud is the Ethylated L-Ascorbic acid 30% network, which is the vitamin C serum from Niod. It uses 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. It is one of the more potent vitamin C serums in the company. It is full of antioxidants and it is very strong and effective. For 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid to work in the skin, it really does need to be at a high percentage. In terms of the derivatives, it is one of the better ones. Another one I don't have is the hydration vaccine. It is essentially the moisturizer of the Niod range. It is something I typically recommend to flight attendants. Essentially, the hydration vaccine is a lightweight gel cream that helps add a bit of moisture to the skin, but it also creates a barrier on the skin where it's very breathable and non-suffocating, and it helps preserve moisture in the skin. It is in a silicone base, so you can also use it as a primer. And then one of the other products that I do have is the Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate. It is the eye serum for Niod. It contains niacinamide, vitamin C, acids, a lot of peptides that targets hydration on the surface and below the surface, lines and wrinkles, dark brightening and texture. It covers a lot. It is very potent. If you have sensitive skin, I would recommend patch testing this before you apply it onto your skin. So one of the products that we don't sell in Australia is the Survival 10, 20 and 30. I have the Survival 30. It is a sunscreen plus antioxidants. It does have nano zinc oxide and nano titanium dioxide. It is an SPF 30 with PA+++. It is very lovely to use. There's no white cast in it. It is something that's very hard to get your hands on. It isn't sold in a lot of countries and it takes a while to find, but if they do happen to sell it in the country that you're in, I would definitely recommend checking the Survival 30 out. And that covers all of the Niod products that I recommend. Now onto Hylamide. The Hylamide range is sort of the middle child from Deciem, so a little bit more sophisticated than The Ordinary, but not as sophisticated as the Niod range. The Hylamide range is designed to work deeper in the layers of the skin. So a lot of the products are sort of advanced versions of the Ordinary products, but not all of them obviously. The Hylamide range is very small, but I do like a lot of the Hylamide range. There are 3 products from the Hylamide core series that I'd like to talk about. The first one is the Hylamide Sub-Q Mist. In my hand is the older packaging. Essentially, it is a toning mist for hydration and calming down sensitivity in the skin. It is very easy to use, just 2 spritz on your face, and then your serums, and then your moisturizer. The next core series product I'd like to talk about is the Sub-Q Skin. This is, once again, the older packaging. It's the Sub-Q Anti-Age. It is an advanced version of the Buffet, in my opinion. It has more advanced peptides as well as 5 different types of hyaluronic acid in here to help with lines and wrinkles, hydration, collagen production, and it helps even out your texture as well. If you are someone who wants to target lines and wrinkles and hydration without the use of retinoids, this is something to go for. It is also very affordable. It's essentially a 2-in-1. The third product of the core series is the Sub-Q Eyes. It is a fantastic eye serum, especially for the price. It targets below and above surface hydration, targets lines and wrinkles around the eyes, dark circles and puffiness and texture. It has a very nice creamy texture as well. In terms of ingredients and benefits, plus the price, I do think it's something that a lot of people should look into. Hylamide also has a booster range. I actually really like most of the booster range. You would have seen me review this, is the Hylamide Low Molecular Hyaluronic Acid. It is honestly one of my most favorite hyaluronic acid serums from Deciem, just because of the price and the texture and the ingredients. It's very affordable and beneficial. It has 5 types of low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, which is designed to work deeply into the skin and to help hydrate and plump the skin from underneath, rather than just focusing on the surface. And the next one, for those of you who have sensitive and dry skin, I would recommend looking into this Sensitive Fix. It has a nice pH balancing ingredient to make your skin come back to its natural levels if you've overstripped it or irritated in any way. There's also hyaluronic acid in here for hydration. So another vitamin C product that I recommend is the Hylamide C25. It uses the same type of vitamin C from the Niod range, except this is at a lower percentage. It is at a 25%. It also has 2 additional brightening ingredients. In terms of serums, it's very lightweight. You might be wondering why it isn't in a UV protected packaging. It's because the vitamin C in here is very stable. So for all of you lovers of The Ordinary's niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%, I offer you the Hylamide Pore Control. The Pore Control has niacinamide in here to help with the oil control in the skin, to help minimize your pores, for brightening, calming down redness and inflammation. It also has mastic gum in here to also further reduce the appearance of pores. It has a very lovely milky texture that's fast absorbing, and it lays very well with the other products in your skincare routine. The final product that I want to talk about from the Hylamide range is the Pore Flush. If you are someone with oily skin, then this is a nice toning mist for you. It has ingredients in here that essentially help flush out the sebum, which is your oil, and congestion in your skin. I've recommended the Pore Flush and the Pore Control to all of my oilier family and friends, and they all love it. It helps removing the oil, but it also helps with preventing oil from accumulating on the skin as well. These are all the products from the Hylamide range that I would recommend. Oof, I feel like I've been talking forever. Okay, so from the chemistry brand, there are 3 products I recommend. I generally have tested them out just at the store when I'm working. However, the results I get when I apply them are very good. So the first product from the chemistry brand that I'd like to recommend is the Hyaluronic Concentrate. It is essentially a huge tub of hyaluronic acid, which is really good for hydration, and it's a huge pump bottle of hyaluronic acid that you can apply onto your skin after showering. The next product is for those of you who want more of a natural tan without it looking very orange or yellow, and that is the Glo Oil. Essentially, it is a DHA-free tanning oil, which gradually gives you a bit more color over time. I would say because I applied it on my wrist where I am very pale, I would say it went maybe 2 to 3 shades darker than I usually would be, and it took around 6 applications. I applied it once in the morning and once in the evening, and it honestly did make my skin go more tan. You do need to constantly apply it to maintain the tan. So after about a week of not applying it, most of the tan was fading away. For those of you who need something a little bit more immediate for events, if you have 3 days, just apply the Glo Oil 3 days before you need to go to the event, and you'll have a nice glowy look. So the third product is the Ha3 Hand Hydrator. It smells amazing. If you watch my videos, you typically know that I don't like products with fragrances in them. But for my hands, it's honestly a different story. It smells so good. Like, I cannot get enough of it. I will stand like at the store and I'll just like sniff the hand cream, just like when there are no customers around. But like, I'll sniff it, and it smells so good. I love it so much. I don't have it with me. Stooping me throughout the empty one that I have is really good for hydrating your hands and preventing water loss as well. So onto the most popular range from Deciem. It is The Ordinary. When it comes to The Ordinary, there are a lot of products I recommend. There are a lot of products that are specific to The Ordinary range that are fantastic. The first one I would recommend is the Squalane Cleanser. I have personally gone through 2 50ml tubes of the Squalane Cleanser. It is essentially a balm cleanser that turns into an oil, and it's really good for removing makeup, sunscreen, any other dirt and oil on the skin. You apply it onto dry skin, massage it in for about a minute just to really break things down, and you emulsify with a bit of water, and then you rinse it off. It is a non-stripping, non-drying cleanser, and it's also pH balanced as well, which is really fantastic for the skin barrier. Okay, so now onto the direct acids from The Ordinary, which are essentially chemical exfoliators. One that I have, but I haven't used because I'm a little bit intimidated by it, is the AHA 30% plus BHA 2% peeling solution. It is a sort of, I'd say, bi-weekly thing you'd be using to help remove dead skin, to help even out your texture, your skin tone, and fade pigmentation. And it also helps with acne and blackheads because of the BHA, which is salicylic acid. It is essentially a combination of glycolic acid, lactic acid, and salicylic acid. You might be wondering why I'm a little bit intimidated to use it. It is because it has AHA 30%. Even though you are washing it off, it is a very strong acid. However, if you go on Instagram and you look online, it is very popular just because of the results you get. But if you are someone with sensitive skin, then I'd recommend one of the milder acids. The peeling solution is not something that you can get in Australia. My friend got this for me in the US and it is very affordable. Just be careful when you're using it. Another one that we don't sell in Australia is the azelaic acid suspension 10%. It is essentially an acid that helps with brightening and helps with acne and blemishes. I haven't used this yet just because I haven't been able to fit it into my routine. The reviews I get from it are very mixed. The texture is a thing that a lot of people have issues with, but the results that I've heard about and that I've read are fairly good. And it's very affordable as well, and you only need a little bit. The next couple of acids I haven't personally used before, but they do sell very well, and I do get a lot of positive feedback from it, and it is the glycolic acid 7% toning solution. For those of you who have oily prone skin, it is a fantastic exfoliating acid. I would also really recommend it for those who are a bit more experienced when it comes to exfoliating. For more beginners, I'd probably recommend you try the lactic acid. If you've watched Susan Yara from Mixed Makeup's review on The Ordinary, you know that she really enjoys using the glycolic acid toning solution. It is very affordable, it is a fantastic exfoliating acid, but for those of you who are a bit more on the dry and sensitive side, I'd recommend sticking with lactic or mandelic acid. Okay, so onto lactic acid. There is a 5 and a 10%. They are also exfoliating acids. They'll help with evening out your texture, your skin tone and fading pigmentation. They're really great for those of you a bit more normal to dry skin types. Lactic acid is naturally hydrating. If you are a beginner, I would recommend starting off with the lactic acid 5% first and seeing how that goes, then maybe making your way up to the 10%. If you have used the 5% before and you can tolerate it and you want something stronger, go for the 10%. Now onto the final direct acid. It is the salicylic acid solution and the mask. Personally, my skin loves salicylic acid. It can tolerate it very well. I am very cautious when I use it though. Salicylic acid is a very strong ingredient. It's really good for acne and blackheads, which is what the solution is for as a spot treatment. And then for all over decongestion and removing oil and targeting acne and blackheads, there is a salicylic acid 2% mask. Just make sure with all of the acids that I've talked about that you are wearing SPF the day after you use it for at least 7 days. Just because exfoliating acids do make your skin sensitive to the sun. So yeah, be cautious with it. On to the hydrators and oils. The first one I'd like to talk about is the bee oil. It is a blend of microalgae in squalane, rosehip, argan, marula, borachid, inca ichi, betua, and brazil nut. It is a very nice blend of sort of a little bit of everything. Nice texture, very moisturizing. Fantastic oil to add into your moisturizer for your face and your body. The next product is the 100% plant-derived squalane. It is essentially for hydration, moisture, and preventing transepidermal water loss, which is essentially just water evaporating from your skin. Squalane is the more stabilized form of squalene. Squalene is something that your body produces, but it is unstable, which is why it oxidizes. Squalene is non-comedogenic, so it is suitable for all skin types. With both the squalane and the bee oil, I do recommend just using it once a day. Just add a couple of drops into your moisturizer, mix it together, and then apply it onto your skin, whether that's for your face or your body. I find that mixing it into my moisturizer does make things a little bit easier when you use it. So Deciem doesn't really have a lot of moisturizers, but The Ordinary does have the natural moisturizing factors, which is essentially a moisturizer that you can use daily. It is oil and fragrance free. It has amino acids, fatty acids, and hyaluronic acid, which is all really good for hydrating and moisturizing the skin. The amino acids also help make your skin barrier healthier, so it retains water more naturally. In my opinion, the reason why these are so simple, it's because it's meant to complement everything else in the range from The Ordinary. It is something that you can use every day, morning and evening. When I say add oils into your moisturizers, this is essentially what I mean. Just a couple of drops in here, mix it together and apply it on your skin. Fantastic. I really like it, but I think as someone with dry skin, I do really love my heavier moisturizers. I love having that feeling of dewiness and stickiness essentially on my skin, because generally my skin feels like the Sahara Desert and it's dry and flaky, and this really helps. There is The Ordinary's alpha arbutin 2% plus hyaluronic acid. Alpha arbutin is essentially a brightening or whitening ingredient that helps reduce the look of dark spots and fades hyperpigmentation. It is not something that we sell in Australia. I believe we don't sell it in Australia because of the sun sensitivity aspect of alpha arbutin. So for those of you who live in like North America and Europe, the UK, if you do use this, make sure you're wearing your sunscreen. Alpha arbutin can be used with direct acids, retinoids, and vitamin C. In the peptide category, there's only one peptide serum that I want to talk about from The Ordinary. It is something that I've reviewed before, and that is the Buffet plus Copper Peptides 1%. This is essentially a very advanced peptide serum that helps with wrinkles, fine lines, expression lines, collagen production, hydration through the amino acids and hyaluronic acids in here, as well as texture, which is from the fermented ingredient in here as well. In general, I do recommend this product if you want to help slow down the signs of aging. I do like this formula better than the normal Buffet, so that's why I'm recommending this one. I have used both the normal Buffet and the Buffet plus Copper Peptides, but personally I prefer the Buffet plus Copper Peptides if you just want to choose between the two. But, you know, my favorite is still the Copper Amino Isolate Serum, so once you've tried this, you might want to consider this. In regards to retinoids, there's one that I love, and that is the Gran Active Retinoid 2% Emulsion. It is essentially a combination of 2% Gran Active Retinoid and a little bit of retinol in here to help slow down the signs of aging. It is a really good beginner one. I started off with once or twice a week, and then after about a year, I built it up to essentially every second day. I did make a review on the emulsion as well. I'll leave the link up here. Fantastic for slowing down the signs of aging, helping stimulate collagen production, firming, helps with preventing acne, but it's not an acne treatment. It just helps with that, and also helps with texture and pigmentation. It is a really good product to start considering when you hit your, I'd say early to mid 20s, and definitely in your 30s. If you want to target anti-aging in your skin essentially. Retinoids do make your skin sensitive to the sun, so make sure when you're using this in the evening to wear sunscreen in the morning every single day. In Australia, I do recommend that you use at least an SPF of 30 minimum, but ideally 50 is better. For those of you in other countries, the sunscreen rating is a little bit different, so I'd still recommend just using the highest SPF that you can. So I know I've talked about a lot of products today, but for those of you who aren't really sure about what to get, The Ordinary does have two sets. The first one is the daily set, which consists of the 50 ml of the Squalane Cleanser, 30 ml of the hyaluronic acid 2% plus B5, which is for hydration, and then there's also 30 ml of the natural moisturizing factors for hydration. I do believe that this set can be used by anyone just because it is purely for hydration and popping of the skin. All the products are mild. All the products are sort of non-active or non-reactive to the skin. So if you want to purchase a few gifts for Christmas, there is this set here. And then there is also the no-brainer set, which has 30 ml of the Buffet for lines and wrinkles, the Gran Active Retinoid 2% Emulsion for anti-aging, and then also a 30 ml natural moisturizing factor. This routine I would recommend for still sort of beginners who want to target anti-aging, but please do make sure that you're using sunscreen because it does have the retinoid product, which will make your skin sensitive to the sun. The 23% off does apply to everything that I've talked about today. It is only for the month of November 2019. So Nicola, the CEO of Deciem, decided to apply the 23% off for all of November except Black Friday because she wanted to prevent the sort of consumption and purchasing of skincare products. She also wanted to give people enough time to learn about the products, so you're buying what you need more than just buying for the sake of buying because it's cheap or discounted. I stand by that. I'm like, that's a really good thing to do. It gives people enough time to learn about the products as well, to buy what they actually need, and to avoid excessive purchasing of skincare, which contributes to more weight. I know I do have a lot of the products here. A lot of these packaging is recyclable as well, so that's how I'll be disposing of them. Please give that post a read. Do give yourself some time to think about the products before you buy them. If you're going to be buying multiple products from each category, I do recommend that you introduce the products very slowly. Generally, I do recommend one product per week for people, and to make sure that you're not using products that contradict each other. So a few of the acids, retinoids, and vitamin C's and peptides, we don't recommend using together. So do a bit of reading on each product before you buy them, so you know what you're getting yourself into. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more future skincare related videos. Please leave me any questions you may have in the comments section down below. You're also more than welcome to @ me on Instagram and Twitter if you have any questions about any of the products I talked about. My channel is still fairly small, so it does make things easier when it comes to replying to comments and getting back to people. And so if you want to take advantage of that, feel free to. I'll also leave links for all the products down below if you wanted to purchase them or read up a little bit more about them as well. Hope this video helps you decide on what products to get. I do want to reiterate that this video is not sponsored at all. I wish it was, then I could make some coin. And all of the opinions of these products are my own. So please don't come for me. I honestly made this video just to help people out with choosing skincare. And I do get a lot of people who aren't really informed about the products, choosing products that are too strong or aren't suitable for their skin. So this is just to help remove all of that. And yeah, I hope it helps you too. I'll leave any additional notes in the description box below for anything that I might have forgotten to talk about while filming this video. And that's it for today. Go on and make well-informed purchases. Buy only what you need. Remember to show your skin some love, and I will see you next time. Bye.